Hi, and welcome back to Programming with Pex. In today's video, we're going to go over CSS display properties. We'll cover block, inline block, and display none. By the end of this video, you should have a really good understanding of what they are and what their behavior is. Let's get started. All right, so starting off, I sometimes find it helpful to see a concept first without code in order to properly understand it. So sometimes I'll draw things out as a good graphic goes a long way. Here we have examples of inline versus block level elements. With block level elements, which are on the right, such as a div or a paragraph tag, they start a new line and take up the full available width, so width 100%. Whereas with inline elements on the left, such as spans or anchor tags, they flow from one line to the next. To show their behavior together, you can see here that the green inline elements go side by side with each other without issue. And as soon as the red block element is introduced, it starts itself on a new line and takes up 100% available width. Now for the code. Here we have a classic example of block elements mixed in with some inline elements. For the HTML, it's pretty simple. Everything's just all within the body tag and using IDs to add the styling. You can see that the divs, which are block level by default, start on a new line and take up the whole available width. The yellow span and the green anchor tag are inline, which means that they'll stay on the same line and slide next to each other. If I change the blue div to inline, it will then slide next to the green anchor tag. So right here, and I'm going to make it inline. And as soon as I make the browser bigger and there's enough space, it's going to slide next to it. But if I change it back, of course, it's going to take up its whole space. So you may be thinking, all right, so that's block and inline. What about inline block? Inline block acts exactly like an inline element does, except for one key difference. It can have a set width and height. So if I add height and width to the span, nothing will happen. So the span here stays the exact same size. However, if I do the same thing to the button, which is inline block, the width and the height will be applied, and you'll end up with this hideous looking button. Finally, there is display none. So this removes the element from the DOM, making it completely disappear from both you as well as the browser, and the elements around it will act accordingly. So if I add display none to the yellow span right now, the button and the anchor tag are just going to slide over. It's as if it just does not exist. All right, so that was CSS display properties in a nutshell. I hope you found this video helpful and it cleared up any confusion you may have had. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you did find this video helpful, then consider dropping a like. Over the next bunch of videos that I release, they're all going to be on these core CSS topics that can sometimes be a little bit trickier, but you absolutely have to know. So subscribe for more content just like this. And on that note, thank you very much for your time. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.